Joe Mazzulla, you know this because you've sat in all these meetings. He's such a math guy. He truly believes that if you play the right way and the way that he wants you to play, which is you don't give up certain things defensively and you generate enough good threes offensively, the math is going to win over the long term. And part of last night, whether people want to admit it or not, it wasn't like Kyrie Irving having a bad game, Luka not passing the ball. Part of it was the game plan created a math problem for the Dallas Mavericks.
So okay, agreed, right? 42 threes, 38%, to 7 for 27 for 25%.
One of those, I think, was a Jaden Hardy at the end, right?
Yeah, so it was, that was clear. I want to go to great players.
Yeah.
Luka's got to adjust. They're going to adjust. Okay, we're going to do this, but we're going to tweak it here. Where do you think that the Dallas Mavericks can tweak it and have a better line of attack, right? If Luka's driving, penetrating, and his only outlets are behind him above the break threes, obviously they're going to either step into those shots and they're going to look to do those aggressively, or they're going to figure out a way to get better quality of shots, because Boston's game plan was outstanding. Mazzulla is a very, very good coach. He gets a little, when I say frustrating, I mean like he's very, no, this is what the numbers are and this, but it's like, yeah, but it feels like you're shooting. He don't care about anything else other than like, this is what I think. This is why you guys get along. This is what I think. This is the way we're going to go until over a long period of time I'm proven wrong. But if he's proven wrong, it's because the math would be wrong. And then he would adjust what he was doing.
I think he would adjust what he was doing. I don't think
I
think you have to have and especially, I mean, they were 64-18, they're 13-2 now in the playoffs. Like, and they've got the personnel. That's what makes them different than any other team, and any other team that Dallas has played, where you can help off of Zubats, you can help off of Russell Westbrook, you can help off of Josh Giddey, you can help off of Gobert, you can help off of Kyle Anderson. Boston doesn't have guys you can help off of. So before we talk about the math thing, I wanted and the adjustments for Dallas offensively, they've got to be better on the ball. And Doris talked about this on the broadcast. And I have the sort of advanced stats, updated this morning. But Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum both had too many blow-bys last night. If you're the Dallas defense, they got to the basket, and then the second defender came, and then all of a sudden now Boston is in their swing game. So containing Tatum and Brown off the dribble, before you make any offensive adjustment, you've got to be able to do a better job of that. I'm not saying Luka is going to be perfect. I'm not saying Kyrie or Josh Green is going to be perfect. I'm not saying Derrick Jones Jr. or PJ Washington is never going to get blown by, but you've got to be better there, because a lot of the threes that were created in the half court were because of those blow-bys. It wasn't necessarily, Jayson Tatum is killing at the rim, Jaylen Brown's killing at the rim. They got some stuff at the rim, of course, but when the second defender came and they collapsed the defense, now all of a sudden you're getting catch and shoot threes, and you're not getting those on the other end. So to even out the margin a little bit, you've just got to be better on the ball. It's a simple thing, and it's not an adjustment. It's not a game plan thing. We've got to be better on the ball.
It's a simple thing that could be hard to do. It's a simple thing, because even that second defender, you get the big away from the rim, you get the big away from the rim with Al Horford or with KP now, and they're always going to be bigs are always going to naturally gravitate. Horford, Gafford and Lively, they're going to gravitate towards the rim because that's what they're used to, shot like rim protection. So as you break that down, they gravitate. And the swing, the problem with the swing for the Celtics, all of those dudes can shoot. High volume, good percentage. Look, it's hard to say you don't, obviously we don't want to overreact. There's no point in overreaction. I just look at if Dallas is going to get back into this from a standpoint of it looks like strategically they have some things that they're going to need to work out, right? This isn't just like my best players played bad or this and that. No. The way the game was lost was more of a strategic. They took away something. They made you take difficult shots. They went and got this on the offensive end, and that made it. Look, the Mavericks scored 89 points. The Celtics scored 107. Let's say 100 and 115. If it like that game, in my opinion, like the Celtics played good. The Celtics played good, and the Mavericks played like ass. They played like a hot pack of ass. Just
all right. So the cross matches with Boston, Tatum primarily on Gafford or Lively. KP, whether it was Derek Jones Jr. or PJ Washington, that's usually who he was on. Same with Al Horford. Al switched a little bit. KP didn't switch as much. He just primarily played that drop coverage against those guys. So you may have to say, screw it. We're going to PJ Washington pop into 3. PJ, you got to take 5 of those. Derek Jones Jr. made one early. And then I think he only took one more in that sort of space of the sort of popping to space thing. So I think you have to just say, like, in a game, we have to take more threes. You two guys, you have to take more threes. Whether they go in or not, it doesn't. I think strategically you have to be willing to take the shot. You have to even this out, right? You have to try at least to keep Boston honest in these cross matches. I also think there probably is going to be more Luka post-ups, even against Jaylen. I would venture to guess that's going to be a thing where it's not just going, with a live dribble against 4 or 5 bodies. It's not going to be that. Get some Luka post-ups, but unless Luka and Kyrie score efficiently from 2, they have to score efficiently from 2. Unless they do that, I don't think anything else really matters.
No,
I don't think anything else really matters.
You're watching this game and you're like, look, they're going to play better. I think there's going to be closer.
They're going to play better for sure.
Yeah. But the Luka post up, I think it's a great point. I just wonder, when you're at the top of the key, but when you're having to post, and not Luka can do it, all the great ones can do it, but when you're having to back down from the post and work from there, I'm not going to say Luka can't do it. Obviously, Luka can, but I think it takes a little bit more out of banging and dealing with that physicality, trying to get to your spot and working. I like that better than at the top of the key with the way Boston's defense is. Let's get him on the block. Right now, if you start working we've seen him work small guards. We've seen him work wings. You've seen him get people in foul trouble, right? Luka is a problem. I think that right there, closer to the rim, very efficient 2s. Now, if they do collapse, he can throw late passes as well as anyone. I like him from the post, from the mid post, way more than at the top of the key against this Celtic defense. That is a better line of attack because you're not getting switches across the board. You're not seeing the angles. There are no triggers.